Right here in my paws, I have a very unique flashlight. This is from Fenix, and this is the LR35R flashlight. This is a search and rescue flashlight. This is a law enforcement flashlight. And of course, you can use this for any other reason, but it was designed for those two main areas. Now, this is a 10,000 lumen flashlight. Is it bright? Oh yes, it is. Fenix approached me about a month ago and asked me if I wanted to take a look at a top secret flashlight. And I said sure, but with one caveat. I cannot review a prototype. That is a policy with my channel. But I can provide some feedback. And I'd be happy to make a video on this because this is a unique flashlight. They agreed, and here I am today. This flashlight will be launching very soon if it hasn't launched already. And I've been testing this out for over a month now. And I have quite a bit to say about it. I mean, check out that size, that form factor. Combine that with 10,000 lumens. That is so impressive. It really is. Here on the channel, I've reviewed many search and rescue flashlights, law enforcement flashlights, and this is the smallest one yet. If you go out to purchase one of these flashlights, the design should be the same. The functionality should be the same. But yours should work better than mine does. This device has quite a few glitches, which the company told me about and some that I've discovered on my own. For an example, at one point in time, I could not get this flashlight to go into the turbo mode, which is the full 10,000 lumens. And what I had to do is basically screw off the top, disconnect the connection with the batteries, reconnect, and it worked fine. That happened one time. It was just an odd little glitch. And if you purchase one of these flashlights, these are issues that you won't likely have to deal with. And all of the issues that I've had should be ironed out by the time it comes out to the market. So what you see here, folks, is exactly what Fenix sent me. The flashlight, the lanyard, and two batteries. Two 21700 rechargeable batteries. 4,000 milliamp hours each. So you have a pocket clip that's attached to the side here. You can remove it with a screwdriver. Here's the bottom. You can see where the lanyard is attached. It can sit up on its own. It could sit on the head as well. You have a USB Type-C charging port. And while I'm not a huge fan of these rubber covers, this one's actually pretty good. This one works good. It's nice and flush against the material. And it stays closed. On the other side, you have the on-off switch, battery power indicator as well. And right here you have the 6 LEDs. It is IP68 rated, dust-proof, waterproof to 2 meters. The size, roughly 5.5 inches with a head diameter of 2.2 inches. With the on-off switch, mode selector switch, tap it once. That tells you how much juice is remaining in the battery. Hold it down to turn it on. Tap to cycle through. To turn on the strobe mode, press and hold. I talked about one issue with the prototype. Another one is that this goes into strobe mode when the battery gets low. And another issue with this device is that if you're charging it and you turn it on, it starts strobing as well. With this flashlight being so powerful, luckily it does have a lockout feature. Double tap. It is now locked out. You cannot turn it on. To unlock, double tap again. When it comes to weight, with the two batteries, you are looking at 13.7 ounces. It does feature memory functionality, so it will go back to the last mode that you were on, and it features all the protection that you would expect with overheating, voltage, and whatnot. With the battery power indicator, green means 100% to 85%. If it flashes, it's 85 to 50%. If it's red, that means it's 50 to 25%. If it flashes red, that means it's critical and it's between 25 and 1%. When you're charging the device, the indicator will be red. It will turn green when it's done. And to charge these two batteries from the device, it takes roughly 3.5 hours. It's not bad at all. The flashlight can run on one battery. But as you may see there, it's only 3 LEDs. It's half the power. Speaking of the LEDs, these are 6 SST40s that pump out a combined total of 10,000 lumens. The housing is all aluminum and it feels great in the hand. At no point in time is this going to slide out of your hand or anything like that. Really, the only issue that you may have is with the on-off switch. It is somewhat recessed and it can be hard to find this, even without gloves. You'll grab this and just kind of rotate, look for it, feel for it, I guess, in the dark, and eventually you will find it, but it's recessed a fair amount. If you decide that this is a flashlight for you, it should come with the lanyard, the pocket clip, the 2 batteries, a holster, and a Type-C charging cable. It features a lifetime warranty, and this will run $200. Now that we've gone over this flashlight, let's take a look at some nighttime footage so you all can see what this light is capable of. At the same time, I will be going over some of my experiences with this light. To start off, let's go through the modes, starting with Eco. So as you can see there, it puts out quite a bit of light for an Eco mode, and that is 50 lumens. Fenix claims that this will run for 80 hours. Next we have Low, 450 lumens, and Fenix claims that this will run for 8.5 hours. Moving up, on Medium, 1,200 lumens. This will run 3 hours, 15 minutes, according to Fenix. And on Low and Medium, you can see perfectly fine while hiking around at nighttime, and that includes 2 people side by side. It's putting out a lot of light, and as you can see, it floods a good area, and the dissolve is excellent. Going up to the next level, that is High, 3,000 lumens. This will run for 1.5 hours, which I have tested. That is accurate. On High, this is pumping out a lot of light. And yet, the flashlight is not getting very hot. It's warm, but it's not hot. Next, we have the Turbo mode. Fenix claims 1 hour, 20 minutes on Turbo. That's the full 10,000 lumens, and it is insanely bright. On this level, you can hit the 500 meter mark, and this flashlight puts out a ton of light. And as you can see here, this is a flood-focused flashlight with a good amount of throw capability thrown in. You have the centralized core, which is very wide, and you have a nice dissolve that spreads out from there. Talking about heat for a second, on Eco, Low, Medium, High, it's not bad. It gets warm, but it's not bad. On Turbo, this becomes insanely hot, and yes, it can cause a fire, so be careful. If you do run this flashlight on Turbo, as mentioned, it becomes insanely hot, but you can lower down the levels and it cools off in no time. So right there you have it, that is the Fenix LR35R flashlight. Search and rescue, law enforcement, absolutely. If you're search and rescue, make sure to have some additional batteries with you because you will need them, especially on the higher levels. For law enforcement, this is where this flashlight really shines, in my opinion. Ha, get it? Shines. The officer keeps this in their vehicle, on their belt, and when they need that power, they have it. That momentary boost, 10,000 lumens, 500 meters, you can see everything. You can temporarily blind your suspect if you need to. Without a doubt, for law enforcement, this is a great option. And also, the size is fantastic. You don't have to carry this gigantic flashlight with you that's pulling your pants down. You don't have to worry about that. And the truth is, the same applies for search and rescue. It's a good form factor. In my opinion, it's one of the most impressive of aspects. The battery life is good, the quality is Fenix quality, and also the price is very competitive for this light. For hiking purposes, this is one of the best flashlights I've ever used. The flood is so good, the dissolve is so good. Even on the low setting, you can hike around and you can see the entire trail. And that goes for 2 people, again, walking side by side. That is very impressive. Is this flashlight overkill for hiking? That's up to you. Who am I to say so? And that wraps it up for this episode. Make sure to comment down below. What do you all think about this flashlight? 10,000 lumens of power. It's impressive. It really is. Especially when combined with this form factor, it is awesome. Do keep in mind that all of my experiences are with the prototype, and this is not a review. This is simply a video taking a look at a product, and I'm sharing my thoughts, my experiences with it. If you have a question for me, email me. If you have a comment, drop it down below. Until next time, everyone, strength and honor, take care,